the Hollywood Studios at the base of the Tower of Terror. For this little Wonkey short, I thought I'd share with you my experiences with the Disney's car care centre and the hiring of a car from, well, Disney. Because I've noticed on YouTube there isn't very many, well, there isn't any videos explaining sort of what's involved and how to make the best use of it. So this is what this video is all about. Our travel agent has arranged with us as part of a Disney package to hire a car from Disney's car care centre. What you get is a voucher with an identifying number and all the details, as you might expect. The Disney's car care centre is run by Alamo and National. So, how can you get the best use out of your hire car from Disney? If you have a package where you've arranged to be transferred from the airport to your resort using Disney's Magical Express coaches, that's great. If you've done that, then probably your car care voucher will start on the following day. And it will probably have a default time of 12 noon on it for collection of the car. This is not set in stone. The rental will start as soon as you pick it up. And will end at the same time of day on the date that it's supposed to close. What you have to do when you have one of these vouchers is that you have to call the car care centre no earlier than 1 hour and no later than 1 day before you want the car. The number will be given on the voucher. And you call them to make arrangements to come and collect you from somewhere on Disney property. Usually this of course will mean whichever Disney resort hotel you're staying in, but it can also be done from Disney parks, as we found out. So if you're canny, what you can do is use Disney's transport to go to the parks, spend the day there, and during the course of that day phone the car care centre and make arrangements to have them pick you up from the park quite late in the day. We arranged with them to pick us up at about 6:10. So we sort of had a whole day on the park, come to the end of our day, run our legs down to the ground, and we made arrangements for them to come and collect us from the Magic Kingdom at about 6:10. Then you'll have the use of that car until quite late in the day on your last day, when you'll be flying back home. A couple of points to note with doing that. Collection from a park, a minibus will come to the general bus area. Taking the Magic Kingdom as an example, the collection bus came to outside bus stand C19. It's 2018. That may not apply if you're watching this video later than that. Things obviously change from time to time. But it would appear that the car care centre buses have permission to use one of the outside bus stands at parks. So they will be away from the internal Disney transport buses, but there's a big area on all the parks for sort of buses from outside, local Orlando buses, that sort of thing, to actually come in and park up. And the shuttle bus to the car care centre will come there. A point to note for disabled users is that if you make a point of telling the car care centre when you phone them that one of your party has a wheelchair or a scooter, they do have a bus which is capable of taking that wheelchair or scooter, still operational. It has a lift in the back and it's capable of carrying a scooter. So make a point of telling them that when you phone them up. That takes you straight to the car care centre, and arrangements are as you might expect from a car hire firm. One thing you can do, as we did, was to ask if the car can be returned to Orlando International Airport rather than back to the car care centre itself. This is the other reason for sort of doing the hire late in the day. What that means, of course, is that you don't have to take the Magical Express back to the airport. You can continue using your hire car to take you back to the airport with all your luggage at a time of your own convenience, and gives you, if you've got a fairly late flight, then you can spend at least half a day back in the parks if you want to before you fly out, and extend your holiday by 2 hours. Kinda cunning, huh? Wonkey and I hope that you found this video enlightening. Subscribe if you're a lover Wonkey. See you soon.